Does this higher self have some type of vehicle like our physical vehicle? Does it have a bodily complex? Ra, I am Ra. This is correct. The higher self is of a certain advancement within sixth density going into the seventh. After the seventh has been well entered, the mind-body-spirit complex becomes so totally a mind-body-spirit complex totality that it begins to gather spiritual mass and approach the octave density. Thus the looking backwards is finished at that point. Questioner, is the higher self of every entity of a sixth density nature? Ra, I am Ra. This is correct.
Hey everybody, so today I want to make a video all about this idea of spiritual mass, and particularly in relation to our higher selves. So let's get into it. So first, there's this idea that we are guided by some kind of intuitive discernment that comes to us in the form of gut feelings, of inspiration, of divine intervention, whatever term you want to use. And I think it's an interesting point to consider of who exactly is our higher self. Where is our higher self, and how is it channeling or speaking through us in some way? And I think there's benefit in working from the assumption that our higher self is us, having gone through whatever it is that we're going through and extracted all the lessons, all the insights, all the wisdom from the experience of life itself. So one way that I find benefit in thinking about this is that we are here interacting with other people, environments, circumstances, and information. And when we interact with these, we seek guidance from our higher selves. So how is our higher self supposed to know how we can best interact with all these external stimuli if it doesn't understand the implications of our interactions with these stimuli? So with this, the higher self has to have a mind-body-spirit complex, but has to be in totality with all people, environments, circumstances, and information. That's why it's building up this spiritual mass so that it can more effectively guide us. So another fun way of thinking about this is through the cyclic bulking and cutting that many go through in building the body of their dreams. And so I like to think about this in terms of a higher self. So let's imagine that we're building up this spiritual mass in the form of we're bulking up, we're gaining our muscle mass like we would here. And with that, we like to cut and shred down, get our six-pack abs. But in doing so, you're shredding all your excess mass, your spiritual mass of the higher self, and it's coming down to us in the form of intuition, guidance, support, etc. So there's a lot of fun different ways of thinking about this, and ultimately it's all about coming to whatever understanding most aligns with you in terms of your feelings. So go within and remember that your higher self is only one call away.